Let me tell you of the days of high adventure.
What's up, everybody? It's Kevin.
And this is John.
And this is 6 Degrees of Schwarzenegger, the podcast where we take a long, hard look back at some of our favorite action movies from the era of Arnold.
Schwarzenegger is the icon of the genre, and we're taking a deep dive into some of these 80s and 90s cult action movies and breaking them all the way down.
Welcome back, everybody.
Hey,
it's
guys.
episode 3 of our special holiday edition.
Happy holidays. Happy holidays, Kevin.
Yeah, we're creeping up on Christmas at this point, surely.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, John McClane is creeping through some air ducts.
Oh, that was
We
good.
call it in the business. We call that a segue.
That was excellent.
Yeah, where we last left you, McClane had almost fallen to his death in the air shaft, but he caught on with his fingertips and was able to scurry into an air duct that we think above the 34th floor.
Yep.
Yeah. He's giving us one-liners, man. He's creeping along in there. He's
I
like,
don't
no.
know what a TV dinner feels like.
He's such a New York, New Jersey kind of a guy.
Yeah, he is. He very much is.
Yeah, I love that guy.
He's got it figured out. Meanwhile, Carl and the other two goons are on the 34th floor checking out all the ductwork.
Yep. They know where McClane is because Carl saw that light when McClane lit his lighter up to see what was going on down there. He could tell.
A few laughs. He spotted him.
Yeah, so they fan out on the floor and they're like shooting up the ductwork, basically, whatever ductwork they see.
Well, McClane spots him and then accidentally makes a noise. Carl hears that
you think
sound.
he heard him?
Yeah.
I never detected noise. I just thought he's like, here's a duct.
I think he hears something, right?
Oh, maybe.
I feel like he hears a sound like there's like a buckle or something in the vent or something.
I almost feel like whether he
happens.
does or doesn't, it still sort of makes sense.
Yeah. Carl freaks out because that's what Carl does in this movie and starts shooting up the air duct, which nearly hits McClane. I love the shot, the undershot with the light coming through the bullet holes.
Yeah, you see like the dust stirring or whatever.
And you see just how close it was to hitting McClane, who keeps quiet.
Yeah,
keeps
to his credit,
composure.
he keeps his cool.
If it had been me, there'd be urine pouring through the
through the bullet hole.
I'd be dead.
And then Carl, it's weird because they don't ever tell you like here's what he's doing, but you just get it.
Yeah.
Like he's got the barrel of his gun, his rifle, and he's poking at the thing. He's feeling for weight.
Yeah, he's feeling for weight, seeing if it won't buckle, then he knows something is
something
there.
heavy is up there.
Right.
That's just cool to me that intuitively, though I've never been searching an air duct for a person.
You're not an HVAC guy?
You know what he's doing. That's just good screenwriting, I think, to know that that's going to come across. People will know what that is, what he's doing, what that means.
My uncle's an HVAC guy, but he never put me in the vent.
Did he ever find a body in a...
I have no...
Oh, okay.
He probably put a body in one. I don't know.
Whoa.
Just kidding. Hey, I didn't say that. So yeah, as Carl is poking the ducts, trying to feel for weight, we see McClane pulling out his gun and without a very flattering shot, just trying to point trying to point the gun any which way he can to position it to fight back if need should arise.
These are tense moments.
These are very tense moments, but right in the nick of time, one of the other terrorists runs in to tell Carl that the Polizei have arrived.
Yeah. So police are here.
Yeah, it's time to go check things out.
It's hard to buy Carl walking away from that situation without getting satisfaction.
Right.
Like, yeah, you guys go worry about the police.
Right.
I'm going to keep checking these ducks, but whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
It buys McClane just enough time.
Just enough time. Downstairs in the turnaround in front of Nakatomi, we see Al Powell, played by Reginald Bell Johnson.
Amazing.
Rolling up with his sack full of Twinkies. And he is getting the lay of the land from the turnaround in front of the building.
Yeah.
The terrorists are descending to various levels and vantage points all around the building to try to get a good look at what's going on to watch him approach.
I feel like he is just driving laps around the turnaround. McClane drops out of the ductwork and he runs to the window to look.
He's absolutely filthy.
He is.
He is gross.
I buy that though.
No, absolutely.
If any area is going to be really dusty, it's inside the air ducts.
Even if that building's brand new, he's going to look disgusting.
The costume person said that they had 17 different like stages of dirtiness to the tank top.
I believe it.
Like, yeah, that's pretty
That's awesome. That's great.
But so it's odd that Carl and them, the easiest thing would have been for them to also be on the 34th floor looking out the window, but they went to a different floor.
They have to obey their master.
I don't know if it was the 35th or the 33rd or the whatever, but
they probably got a call from Han saying go to a specific place that isn't the convenient location of our
They go
saboteur.
link up with Marco or Heinrich or somebody.
Right.
Fritz.
Meanwhile, McClane drops out. He's filthy, and he makes his way to the same room where Takagi was killed, that like conference room.
Yeah, there's a pool of blood on the floor and blood still splattered all over the windows.
Yeah, he takes a look out the window and sees the black and white still driving around in circles. Al is telling dispatch that he doesn't see any signs of a disturbance. Mm-hmm. And then we get an awesome line from McClane. Yeah. Who's driving this car? Stevie Wonder?
Oh, that makes me wonder, will Stevie Wonder jokes be relevant forever?
Yes.
Like, Stevie Wonder's a treasure. Thank God he's still with us.
Absolutely.
But like, will there be a generation who has no idea, no reference of who is Stevie Wonder?
Until they make the Stevie Wonder movie, I guess.
Oh, that's going to be a good movie.
I'm going to watch it.
Yeah. Incredible songs from Mr. Wonder.
They can't get Jamie Foxx to play him too.
No, thank you.
No.
John Legend. That's my guess.
His voice is not high enough to play Stevie Wonder. That's going to have to be a generational talent to play Stevie Wonder. That voice is ridiculous. Anyway.
Wait, are we talking about Die Hard? But yeah. Al sees Eddie, our desk man, inside, and he's like, well, as long as I see somebody in there, I guess I'll go check it out.
I can go ask someone what's happening.
Yeah.
Eddie comes and lets Al into the building. Very congenial and Southern hospitality with letting him in the door. What can I do for you? Again, we see several of the terrorists running towards windows to check out the situation. One of them says that it's only one cop and everyone has a chuckle.
Is that what they were saying? Like, I'm not up on my German.
Yeah, well, the one guy says nur einmal, which means only one. And then the one guy with the long hair and shoulder pads says something that I can't make out, and everyone kind of chuckles to each other.
Yeah, so Eddie is suggesting there's probably another false alarm like the fire alarm.
Right, that the system is faulty and they've had a lot of bugs.
Which doesn't really account for someone making a radio call.
No.
But at any rate, it always just cracked me up that Eddie is talking openly about his illicit gambling, like in front of a police officer.
Right.
Actually, I work in sports. So he's like listening to the Notre Dame USC football game or watching it on TV or listening on the radio. But it's Christmas Eve. Like, there is no world in which that game would ever have been played where those two teams could be playing on Christmas Eve.
Wow.
They'd either play in the regular season, which they do. That's be around Thanksgiving.
Right.
Or they could play in a bowl game, but that would be after New Year's or later. There's just no world in which they play on Christmas Eve.
So maybe he has $50 riding on a replay.
Exactly. I don't know why that's a weird mistake to make. It could have been an NFL game, or it could have been or they could have made it a college basketball game or an NBA game. I don't know. But at any rate,
Anything else. Yeah.
That's like one of these small flaws in this movie.
Yeah. And we'll forgive it.
He's got $50 bet on them assholes.
So then we're transported back upstairs where McClane is furiously trying to break out a window with a chair. We see a guy on the roof who hears this and starts to radio down to Heinrich and Marco, who are on the roof.
Why is he trying to break the window out?
I think he's trying to get the cops' attention.
Although he hasn't gone to leave yet.
Yeah.
Has he? At any rate, it doesn't matter.
I think he's still trying to any way he can.
Wave and scream, maybe.
Because if he goes in, he doesn't think that he's going to see anything. I think that he's just trying at this point to see whatever he can do to get ahead of the problem.
The ability to wave and scream and maybe someone on the street hears you would be a good development for him.
Or maybe he's going to try to throw something down on the car at this point, like before even anything happens. Yeah. So back down in the lobby, Al asks Eddie if he can look around, and Eddie says, yeah, sure. So he starts to look around. Mm-hmm. And then we cut back upstairs. McClane is interrupted in his window hijinks by Marco, who runs in.
Yeah. Yeah. McClane's got the drop on him somehow.
Yeah, Marco's begging him don't shoot. McClane's telling him to drop his gun. And then Heinrich, who is giant, runs up behind him.
I'm bugged by, like, McClane is very hesitant to just kill somebody.
Yeah.
He's like, what is he going to do? Arrest them all?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know.
I'm just thinking, like, there's just no... I can't imagine the world in which he's, like, not just willing to shoot Marco on sight.
Yeah, and I guess he has...
But it is his police training. I guess his instincts is not to...
More officers of the law should do what John McClane is doing in this situation.
You don't use deadly force unless you have to. It's the way it's supposed to be.
And in this case, he probably is. He's thinking, if I can isolate this one guy, then I can pump him for information, perhaps.
But yeah, so that's when Heinrich also comes right behind Marco.
Marco, quick thinking, drops and lets Heinrich get hosed.
Lets Heinrich eat all the bullets.
It's just like meat, flesh flying through the air.
That was a pretty good kill.
Oh man, it's gruesome. It's a good on camera kill. And McClane quickly jumps underneath that badass zigzag conference table that's in that room.
Table. Like, you can be like looking at multiple guys. It's not like, anyway, that's a cool table.
Everyone gets to sit at a jaunty angle.
I wonder if that's something that was an existing actual designed piece of furniture, or if the movie created that.
Probably Frank Lloyd Wright they ripped off.
It's very interesting, the interior design of this place.
It's awesome. It's sort of mid-century meets like feudal Japan.
But yeah, so Marco's got the upper hand now. He's got Marco's the machine gun
on top of the table.
McClane's hiding under the table.
Back downstairs now, we have a lot of cuts between Al and John McClane. So downstairs, Al isn't seeing anything to be concerned about and decides to leave. Screw this, it's Christmas Eve. He's got to get back home. But little did he know that just around the corner,
if he had walked 10 more feet, he was going to get killed by the armed gunman.
That's right. Who we posit is Uli.
Uli seems to be the backup for the lobby area.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he's the only one that can speak English without an accent.
Oh, good call. Yeah.
Thank you.
Great call.
Thank you. Back upstairs, you're right. Marco has McClane dead to rights. He is pinned under the conference table, and McClane has run out. He's out of table. He's fresh out of table.
He is.
You are done. No more tables.
Yeah, he's fucking Marco.
Yeah.
You got hubris. The hubris of Marco.
The hubris of everyone in this movie, really.
So as he's reloading his gun, he's telling McClane, next time you have a chance to kill someone, don't hesitate.
And then what happens?
McClane opens fire.
He immediately gets hosed through the table.
Thanks Great kill. Shot all around his dick and balls. Painful way to go.
Bullets going straight up through your body from the toe to your head.
McClane hits him with the one-liner. Thanks for the advice.
Yep.
Now, Bruce Willis got like permanent hearing damage
from shooting the gun down there?
From close quarters, like he was holding it close to his body and he's under a table. Like,
interesting.
He lost hearing, I think, in one of his ears. On that,
Makes
or
sense.
Lost most of the hearing in one of his ears.
Wow, that's really interesting.
Now, here's a part that bugs me.
All right.
One of the few flaws in the film. They don't show us, McClane didn't check Heinrich or Marco's shoes, as far as we know.
I'm extremely bothered by this.
Unless McClane like wears a size 20 or something, I got to think that
his
one
dick
of those
is huge.
Well, yeah, we know this. I got to think one of those two would fit him.
Yeah.
Like, that'd be 3 terrorists. If you're over 3 on a shoe that you can cram your foot into, something's wrong with you or something's wrong with all of them.
My only thought is that the actions happening on the 34th floor and the actions happening in the lobby are happening in such concert, in such close proximity.
I can see him running back to the window to see
that he's run back to the window, and by this time Al has already gone to leave. He's wished Eddie, and Eddie has wished him a Merry Christmas. It's very the spirit of the holidays.
He doesn't even like first. We agree though, shoes should be priority numero uno.
Right, absolutely. So Al goes outside, radios in, says
false
alarm, but nobody has no place to go, which aren't the words.
Nobody's got no place to go.
McClane sees Al leaving. He is furious and
he's like, what the fuck? Or what, you can agree, you can identify with McClane in that moment.
Oh yeah.
Where he's like, how much do I have to do?
Yeah, absolutely. And he sends Al a corpseogram by dumping Marco's body out the window, and it lands right smack
in his windshield
on Al's car
that
through
is
the windshield.
Accurate body tossing.
Yeah. Absolutely. Al throws the car in reverse. He's peeling out.
Someone from a lower floor opens fire with like a machine gun.
At this point, I think that once the other baddies see that happen, they're like, we got to kill this guy because now the police are going to be alerted. Now,
he's got that heavy, like the belt-fed machine gun or whatever, like the heavy one that's just tearing his car to shreds.
Yeah. And then Bruce Willis, John McClane, sends him a greeting.
That's an iconic line. Welcome to the party, pal.
Yeah, that's on all the like teasers.
Every trailer's got to have that line.
Yeah. And so I think that it's at that moment that if McClane hasn't yet, he's got time to go look for shoes.
And you could have quickly plucked Marco's shoes off the body and then thrown it, even if you didn't have a chance to try them on.
Yeah.
But at any rate, he goes back. He's like got all the time in the world to go over Heinrich's body.
Yep.
He's like getting the gun off him. He takes his bag, which is full of the like a brick of C4 and all the detonators.
Right. Meanwhile, in the garage, Argyle is still completely oblivious of the commotion outside.
It's an awesome moment
all
when
hell
the car is like
loose.
The car is screaming by in the background, and Argyle is just like having the time of his life.
Al is radioing for backup, telling everyone he's under fire. Backs the car over a concrete ledge and climbs out covered in his head blood
and Twinkie residue.
Meanwhile, across town at Channel 14, newsman Dick Thornburg, played by the excellent William Atherton, hears on the police scanner while he's trying to convince his girlfriend that they're going to have dinner at Wolfgang Puck's restaurant.
Wolfgang and I are very close friends. I interviewed him, for God's sake.
He hears on the police scanner that some shit is going down in Nakatomi.
Yeah.
And immediately gets a raging boner.
This brings me back to like people are fishing for dates on 8 or 9 p.m. on Christmas Eve.
It's a very lonely time of year for a lot of people.
A lot of suicides.
That's dark, but
it's dark but true.
It is true.
Everyone, if you're feeling something out there, call somebody.
Reach out to us on Facebook.
Reach out to us. We love you.
Or call someone, but reach out to us too. If
we
you
really,
want to.
truly do love you guys.
Absolutely. So we cut back to Nakatomi. Calls from Al for backup have worked, and more units start to show up to secure the perimeter.
Yeah, and Gruber is telling his goons, who are kind of in a panic, like, everybody calm down. We were expecting this.
Yeah. This was inevitable but necessary.
He hints on, actually, we need them to be here.
Yeah, this is simply the beginning.
That's another line that would be great in the trailers.
Yep.
McClane hops on the radio. Starts talking to Hans.
The first of several like perfect interactions between these two.
And this is like the skill and the editing and the acting to stitch this together when they're not actually having a conversation. You know, they're each like recording their parts separately, right?
Yeah, we should go ahead and talk about it here. I think I have it in my notes for later, but Bruce Willis's ability to convey emotion, to read the lines and really, you feel a sense of urgency to them, or you can really feel a sense of panic or desperation from a character with no one else in the room. Just it's him with a radio.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing.
That's takes talent from an actor to give a performance like that with no one to act off of.
And 50% of the movie hangs on that ability. It's crazy. Yeah. Absolutely crazy.
And so he surprises them with how much he seems to know about them.
He drops names like Tony, Marco, and this other guy that I killed. Everyone is freaking
He's
out.
Like, I figure you and Carl and Franco might be getting a little lonely. And one of them was in a panic. Like, how does he know so much?
Carl. Carl is in a panic. He's rattled.
Was Hans hitting his button? Hans seemed to sort of lose his cool for a second.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Quiet. Like, he could hear him.
But Hans
losing their cool.
Hans then starts trying to bait McClane to get him to admit to whether he's a security guard or not.
Yeah, you're very troublesome for a security guard. Sorry, Hans. Wrong guess.
I love Alan Rickman's face here, where he's sort of like,
who is this guy?
Yeah, I was like, who the fuck is, like, what's going on?
Yeah, I love it too.
Befuddled by the voice on the other end of the line.
And this is the moment in which McClane's like, he's rooting through Heinrich's bag.
Yeah.
There's C4 there and the detonators.
Right.
I love he takes his cigarettes and he's like, these are very bad for you.
Very bad for you.
To a corpse.
So,
beautiful.
So Hans asks who McClane is. McClane says, I'm just a fly in the ointment, Hans, the monkey in the wrench, a pain in the ass.
So good. This would have been the moment where they ought to have given some type of an explanation as to why he didn't even look at Heinrich's shoes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because he's got clearly a lot of time.
Yeah,
up here. He's like wisecracking and talking on the radio.
While McClane is talking, Hans sends other men to see if what McClane is saying is true. If he actually killed these guys. And Hans continues to chat, asking him again who he is, saying he's just another American, another orphan of a bankrupt culture.
Watched too many movies. He's trying to trash talk him. I think he's trying to rattle McClane.
He drops Rambo a little tongue in cheek.
Thinks he's Rambo or John Wayne, Marshall Dillon, but he's like trying to rattle McClane, but it's not working.
Or get him to reveal something about himself.
Tip his hand, something. Yeah. I wonder, is that like, that was the European concept of Americans?
Oh, it still is, I think, in some large measure.
They're now all cowboys.
It used to be cowboys and that sort of thing. Now I think it's probably you're all crazy reality TV show stars or something.
There was like an American themed restaurant last time I was in London that was like a cowboy like themed sort of steakhouse.
Interesting.
And I was just like, oh, interesting.
When I was in Italy several years ago, rummaging through the frozen food section of an Italian grocery store, they had American style frozen pizza, and it had like corn on it.
Oh, okay.
No one knows why. That's what they think of Americans. We're all corn-fed honkies.
But I do think like there was a perception probably in the mid 80s that movies like Rambo and Commando and like these, you know, where Stallone or Schwarzenegger or Chuck Norris was like taking on an army by themselves, like that was viewed as like, and maybe rightfully so.
America doubled down on that genre.
Values.
That's American film.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what McClane does for me that's brilliant is like, he's clearly seen those movies also, but he's able to laugh at them. And he's not rattled in the least by like Gruber taunting him. If anything, he takes his taunts and always just turns them back around. Like, you know, he asks him if he thinks he's Gary Cooper or whatever, and he's like, I was always partial to Roy Rogers. Or, you know, like it's always, right. He's got a comeback that plays on what Hans said and just is off-putting to Hans.
And Hans doesn't miss a beat and says, do you really think you have a chance against us, Mr. Cowboy?
Oh, who says it?
Well,
who, you
ding.
or me?
First you get a ding.
Oh, the ominous ding. And then McClane backing through the door. Yippee Ki Yay, motherfucker. And so that becomes the catchphrase for the franchise.
Yeah, for the
it's
entire
interesting
franchise.
This just dropped sort of unceremoniously in the middle of the film.
It's awesome though.
And like Willis claims that it was just a throwaway line that he's just trying to make the crew laugh. Like with his delivery, but I mean, man, did it ever work?
Yeah, it is golden.
Now back over at Channel 14, we got Dick Thornburg. He's like begging their news director to let him take a news van.
Let me take a news van. He threatens to steal a truck if the guy won't acquiesce.
Yeah, he's about fucking up the newscast.
Yeah, Harvey Johnson over at the news desk says, "Give us a break, Thornburg."
I mean, Thornburg is just like another colossal asshole in a movie that's full of them.
Like there are a lot of inept characters, and Thornburg is yet another one.
And Atherton admits that he loves playing these types of characters. Well,
he played so many in the 80s,
which it's fortunate for him, I think, because he's fucking great at it. But like, I think of him in Ghostbusters first and foremost.
He was also in Biodome.
Oh yeah, yeah. He was in Real Genius as like the dickhead,
right?
Yeah, he's like. These are great for him.
Well, as Harvey attacks him, he whips around and says, "Eat it, Harvey." And I love that face, that Harvey, like square jawed, like gritting his teeth. Harvey looks like he's going to like crack his teeth and misses his cue as they go live.
Harvey, we're on the air.
You got to go, man.
He like quickly recovers. This is Harvey Johnson.
And then the awesome Mary Ellen Trainor, who was Mrs. Walsh from the Goonies, playing Gail Wallens, sort of trying not to like lose it, laughing at her co-anchor there. Those were awesome touches in that scene.
Okay, so back at Nakatomi, Carl is returned. He tells Gruber that he wasn't lying about Marco. He's down on the street. I love that line. And the other man is Heinrich, and his bag is missing.
Ruh-roh. This is the first moment where and sort of the only moment where we see like uncertainty cross Hans's face.
Yeah, he's like, well, now my plan's fucked.
Yeah, because Heinrich had the detonators in that bag. Hans radios to Theo, asks about the schedule and breaking the locks on the vault. Suddenly, Al jumps on the radio looking for whoever called the police.
Yep. Al's a smart dude.
Yeah, totally. All the bad guys like drop everything and are listening in, and McClane gets on the line and says that this is a party line, meaning the goons are listening, and they've got itchy trigger fingers. The neighbors got itchy trigger fingers, meaning they're armed.
But he does start telling them everything, right? Or as much as he can. He
starts laying out how many hostages there are, what floor they're on, starts laying out how many terrorists they are.
The leader's name is Hans.
Right. Hans seems unconcerned why everyone else is freaking out, but says that they need that bag. They've got to get the bag with the detonators.
I love the line. He says they've got this, that, and they've got enough plastic explosives to orbit Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
I love that this movie exists in a world in which those movies, the Arnold and Stallone movies, they're out there.
Yeah.
Like they just are I love that. They're like, because we're not that type of movie.
Right, and
we're
by that
a
extension,
real world.
This is a real guy that is not that like bulletproof Arnold or Rambo type. He mentions to Al that the terrorists are well armed, mostly European, well financed, judging by the quality of their clothes and their
fake IDs
and cigarettes.
And judge them by their clothing and their cigarettes.
Right. And I love even all the pauses during this section, like where Bruce Willis stops because he hears something, like he hears sirens or he hears something else, just to like take a moment to like get his bearing in the upper floors of the building. Al asks what he should call McClane, and he says to call him Roy.
It's a throwback to the Roy Rogers thing that he had. Yeah, it's brilliant because he's like, I can't tell you who I am.
Can't tell you now, maybe later.
About this time, Deputy Chief of Police Dwayne T. Robinson rolls up on the scene.
Paul Gleason.
Another fucking brilliant character.
Yep.
What this movie's got going for it is that all the supporting cast is so like fleshed out.
Yeah.
Like all the actors are brilliantly cast, and they have just enough that they're not just a one-dimensional.
Right. It's not the same.
Well, he is kind of one-dimensional if we're being honest.
Yeah, but you don't see the same three assholes. The three very unique, inept
different
assholes.
Types of assholes.
Right.
Every different type is represented.
Right. We should also mention here that as much as we love Deputy Chief of Police Dwayne T. Robinson, that one person that did not love him and literally thought that he was the one like terrible element of the movie, the scourge of the film, was Roger Ebert. He hated this character.
The creme de la creme of film reviewers.
Loathed. He said that Dwayne T. Robinson brought the whole movie down.
He claimed that he was like sort of a guy who was an idiot just in terms of just there to service the plot by being stupid.
Right.
And I just don't see that. I mean, he is, no doubt, he's dumb as can be, but he doesn't. The plot is rolling along just fine.
I'm trying to think if you removed him, like I don't see it. I can't even fathom how the scenes would have been written without him in there to try to negate what John was saying or McClane was saying, to try to negate what Al's saying. It's really, really interesting.
Paul Gleason is just brilliant in this. He's another guy like William Atherton who's made himself a legend of playing the same type of character. But like he does The Breakfast Club, obviously he's the principal.
Iconic.
The same type of like I'm a blowhard hard ass, but I'm really kind of dumb.
Kick ass.
He was in Trading Places. He was awesome in there as well as the goon. I love it. Sorry, Roger Ebert, rest in peace.
Yeah.
I think he backtracked, on that. Later,
later in life, movie's great. Later in life, he said that I got that one wrong. I think that he probably overreacted.
Yeah,
maybe he hated Paul Gleason. Who knows? Maybe they had a beef. Anyway, Al tells Deputy Chief of Police Dwayne T. Robinson that he's been told by McClane all the information about the terrorists and the hostages. Yep. Robinson sort of balks at the story, thinks that McClane's either a terrorist or a nutcase, and that he was probably the one shooting up Al's car.
Why? I just don't understand why Robinson's first instinct would be to doubt Al.
Because we got to move this plot along, baby.
I guess so. So you're on Ebert's side.
Well, maybe he just, I don't know. Because if he shows up and says, sounds good.
It's a far-fetched story.
Would it have been as interesting if he'd said, sounds good?
Well, I get what he's saying when he's saying there's no evidence of a terrorist plot. Because no one's called from him. No one takes hostages and then keeps quiet.
Right.
But Al says he thinks he's probably a cop.
Yeah, he thinks he's a badge.
Why? I'll give you this line. But he's like, what makes you say that? And I was like, the things he said, like being able to spot a phony ID.
Jesus Christ, pal. He could be a fucking bartender for all we know.
That's a fucking brilliant line.
It's so good.
So Steve D'Souza says the reason why he was able to flesh out these minor characters so much is because Bruce Willis was still having to work some days on Moonlighting.
Right.
And so there was a lot of time to shoot stuff with the supporting cast. It's interesting. Willis was moonlighting from Moonlighting to work on Die Hard. Womp womp.
Boom, 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 boom.
But yeah, we'll see.
Meanwhile, the Channel 14 news van and Dick Thornburg roll up. No one is ever excited to see the press in any situation. Right about that time, upstairs, the goons bring in Holly to speak to Hans. She's sort of a smart ass with him. He asks, who put you in charge? And she's like, you did when you fucking
put you in charge.
When you fucking killed my boss, you dick.
I like Holly.
Oh, yeah.
She's my type of lady.
She's got moxie. She is a strong woman.
I like that. A
career woman, driven. She says that her pregnant assistant with Wolverine hair needs a place to lie down, and that unless Hans likes it messy, meaning people are going to start going poop, poop, and pee, pee all over the lobby
in the fountain,
that they need to go to the bathroom in groups. She also, over his shoulder, as he's asking if there's anything else,
her eyes wander.
Yeah, her eyes wander on the flipped down family portrait.
She seems like, the relieved, the portrait's still flipped down.
And as she's leaving the room, he gives her a compliment saying that Takagi chose his people well, Mrs. And she says, Gennaro, Miss Gennaro.
I thought when her eyes wander over there seemed to be a moment where Hans turned his head, like he's looking over his shoulder, like what was she looking at?
Right.
And he
brings his focus back to her, just sort of like, I wonder what that was all about.
Yeah, like Hans is a pretty perceptive dude.
Down on street level, Thornburg is letting people know via special news bulletin that terrorists have seized the Nakatomi building.
I work in the news.
Yeah.
And both me and friends who work there, like we sort of feel like on movies, the actors playing like reporters always are so actorly with their
with their delivery.
Like pauses, dramatic pauses, and like that's not the way it is in reality.
Well, I mean, Thornburg gives like a full on newspaper lead as his intro into this, talking about the fraternity of those cities that have been stricken by a terrorism.
Yeah, it's he's got his whole his script is very well prepared.
Yeah,
I guess
he's been working on it pretty hard in the van on the way there.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in the limo in the garage.
Oh yeah, Argyle. They've cut into whatever he was watching, I think.
And he is now hearing this for the first time as he's about to pour himself a tasty beverage. He runs up. He scoots up to the front of the vehicle.
Well, they say the only communication is it's through CB radios, right. And he's like, I got one of those.
Yeah, so he can hear the police channels.
Yeah.
Then shit starts to really go south as far as this whole situation.
Robinson's out there. He's got the SWAT team on the scene, and he's like,
SWAT.
They're just ready to send SWAT guys to breach the building. Like, first of all, if you don't trust McClane,
right,
then where are you even sending these guys? This is a huge building. If you're going to trust him that there's hostages and terrorists on the 30th floor,
which they don't even.
Why are you trying to breach the building?
But they have no evidence of that yet, right? They still don't know if they're even hostages on there. So they're like, we're going to send the SWAT in.
This is a piss poor plan.
And he's like, somehow someone gave approval for this. We've got approval
from Robinson, presumably, or chief, or the real chief. The chief's probably drunk somewhere. It's Christmas Eve.
That's true. Good call. I think
Robinson's
Christmas party.
The man in charge of police for the city.
Al and McClane, unsurprisingly, think this is a bonehead idea and say as much. The police fire up giant searchlights. McClane's asking Al what's going on and says, yeah, this is a terrible idea. Why are you guys coming in?
I love there's a moment that, Robinson says to Al, like, basically we've got no evidence that anything that McClane says is true. And then, Al said, what about the body that fell out the window? And he's like, who knows? Probably some stockbroker got depressed.
The holidays. Anyway, Hans is telling his people to get ready. Theo is monitoring surveillance cameras. Eddie locks down the lower levels, and outside the SWAT guys are moving up. McClane is watching in just helpless desperation from above.
Yep.
He can do nothing but watch the shit go down.
I love the moment where the SWAT team guy pricks his finger on the rose bush. You say you don't like it, but to me, it's like just another. It's one of those reminders that this movie's happening in the real world, where if you ran by a rose bush, like even if you're a tough SWAT team guy, that hurts.
I think that this is yet another example. It's reinforcing that everyone that's in the LAPD is inept. All these guys are doing the wrong thing. And so this guy traipsing through the roses is like, ow.
There's also like the possibility that it could be both. Like that it functions as both.
No,
like
yeah.
This is a real world where police are inept.
I've pricked my finger on a rose. People get it. People identify with it.
Now, Uli has come down to the lobby area
That's
to
right.
help back up Eddie.
That's right.
And there's the beautiful moment where he's at the newsstand and he's kind of looking around like he wants that Crunch Bar, man. It's in the case. He wants it. He's looking around like, is anyone going to care if I take a candy bar?
They haven't eaten in several hours.
His blood sugar's down.
That's right. Maybe he gets cranky.
But that's Al Leong.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
amazing.
Yep.
He's like an amazing kind of character actor, stunt man. He's always seems to play a goon. I can't think of any movie where he's not a bad guy.
We'd have to look it up, but I can't either. Yeah.
But yeah, he's in Big Trouble in Little China. He's amazing. I got Lethal Weapon, Action Jackson.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
They Live. Bill and
So
Ted's
many
Excellent
good ones.
Adventure. He was Genghis Khan. He's awesome, dude. He's got one of those faces that you'll just recognize him forever.
Well, I mean, Genghis Khan was a warlord, but in the movie Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, he's kind of a nice guy.
Yeah,
he
he's a
ends up being
sweetheart.
a nice guy.
He likes ice cream and he likes playing baseball or whatever.
That's right. Outside, a group of SWAT move up to the lobby doors. Theo tells the baddies where the police are approaching from via "'Twas the Night Before Christmas."
I feel like during this part, Argyle is like cruising around the parking deck, like looking for a way out.
Trying to figure out what's going on. Yeah.
I remember so well. So I mentioned in an earlier episode, my version that I watched 20 to 30 times before I got DVD or anything like that was just a bootleg recording off of HBO.
Yeah.
And during this portion of the movie, someone had like changed the channel on the VCR. So it flips for like 15 seconds over to an episode of Who's the Boss? And
that's awesome.
I can in my mind, every time I hear it, like, I'm like, this is the moment that it flips to Who's the Boss? And then it flips back to Die Hard. That's
awesome.
It's burned into my brain and will be forever.
Die Hard and Who's the Boss? A winning combination.
Two great tastes that taste great together.
That's right. The SWAT radio that they're in position.
Yeah.
The leader tells Robinson that his men are ready, and Robinson gives the order, kick ass.
So they got the blow torches, right? And they're trying to
they move up to the lobby doors. One guy gets up and he tries to break the lock. Uli is peeking through. He's on his second or third candy bar.
It's a great moment. He is working on another bar that's not a Crunch Bar.
Right. And then the bad guys start firing, targeting the spotlights.
Yeah.
Al called it. Al was like, they're aiming for the lights.
Robinson and like the SWAT commander are bantering and they're like, they can't see anything. Like it's just panic. And he's like, and Al, they're shooting at the lights. And then the lights start breaking and Robinson's
going for the lights.
They're going after the lights.
At this moment, you see that the SWAT guy couldn't break the lock. So they send up the guy with the blowtorch to burn through it. Then you get an instruction from Hans telling his men just to wound the SWAT guys. And then this is another line that I love in this movie. The SWAT leader ignores Robinson's door. Yeah, Robinson at this moment, in a moment of clarity, is like, pull him back, get him out of there.
Yeah, this isn't working.
But the SWAT leader's like, send in the car. He's so confident that their RV is gonna be the answer to their problems.
Yeah. So we got Uli, he's like been distracted from his candy feast. He's like, him and Eddie start shooting at the guys at the door. They shoot him in the legs and arms
the shoulder.
and whatever.
They're taking them out, incapacitating them while the armored vehicle makes its approach.
Yeah.
A couple of the terrorists, after Theo tells the group, hey, the police are sending in a tank, essentially,
right,
are running to set up the guided missile launcher. As the armored vehicle rolls up and they hit it with a missile.
I got to say, the rocket launcher, missile launcher operator with the ponytail,
right,
is Vigo from Ghostbusters 2. Vigo the Carpathian.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's just amazing. Anyway, I don't think he gets to say a word. He certainly doesn't get to speak English.
No, he yells in German. He's one of the ones that actually knew German, so they milked that for all it was worth. Theo,
we gotta say, wait, what the hell? We talked about this. What the hell was the SWAT team in the car trying to do? They just run that thing up the stairs that it doesn't seem like it's capable of making it upstairs.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Because at this point, I mean, it was coming in before the guys at the door were hit.
Yeah, that was my thought was like,
was
oh,
it
they're
coming in
to
as backup? Was it coming in to help bulldoze the door?
I think once they weren't able to blowtorch or pick the lock or whatever.
They never got the opportunity to, really.
They're like, let's drive the car right through the fucking front door.
Yeah, that makes the most sense to me, but it doesn't get very far and they nail it with a missile.
Yeah.
Theo sadistically is exultant about this.
Yeah. These guys are reveling in the killing.
And Hans tells his guys to hit it again. McClane begs him not to do this.
He's like, you made your point.
Yeah, but
let him back off.
Let him get out. But Hans is like, no, I'm ruthless, and we're gonna make our point here.
I think Hans is still pissed from like McClane shitting all over him and their radio conversation.
Right. Well,
like, that's why he's like, okay, hit it again.
Yeah.
Especially if it'll piss off this guy.
Okay, that's cool. You have my detonators. You are screwing up the operation.
Yeah. But that pissed McClane off.
Yeah. McClane at this point gets an idea. He opens up the elevator shaft. With the help of an axe that he finds.
They do hit it with a second missile.
Yeah, they hit it with a second missile.
I'm wondering, are those guys dead now, or can this thing stand up to that?
I don't know. 2 missiles? I don't know.
I mean, those things the SWAT vehicles are not built, I don't think, to handle missile fire.
I have no idea. I can't imagine that they are.
Bullets all day long, I'm sure. Maybe.
So McClane starts rigging up a brick of C4. While he's doing that, they cut outside. You see the burning SWAT car and the guys on the ground like writhing and screaming in pain. It's pretty gruesome. McClane is sticking as many as many detonators as possible into that brick of C4.
In my mind, I was always like, I have no idea how this works. That doesn't seem realistic to me. But I did some research, and that's exactly how C4 works.
Yeah,
depending on the type of detonator you have.
Super volatile.
Like it's pretty stable. But if it gets a charge in it, then will go.
It's volatile with that many charges.
So the detonators are really sensitive.
Right.
And if they get a shock, they set off a little miniature explosion that then would blow up the brick.
And he straps the C4 to a chair weighted down with a computer monitor.
Yeah.
And
chucks it.
Geronimo motherfucker down the elevator shaft.
Oh, it's a great moment. And it does. The explosion goes. It's huge.
It's giant. It blows out multiple floors of the building, kills the baddies with the missile launcher, and unexpectedly shoots a giant ball of flame up the shaft. And we see John McClane diving for his life.
Yeah. And it's like,
that moment is amazing. On every TBS trailer for that moment of him ducking out of the way with the fireball shooting out the doors, they always played that.
What do you mean? The commercial for the movie or something? Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, he sees it coming. He's like, oh, shit.
Is he going to make it?
I don't know. I don't know how anyone could survive that.
Well, I guess we better cut here. So you guys are just going to have to wait till...
I didn't quite catch that.
Hey, Siri.
Please repeat it.
Hey, Siri, shut up.
I'd like to, but I cannot. My apologies.
Okay. Where were we? Yeah, we're going to be back next week. We're going to find out if McClane survived this carnage. So we hope you'll join with us, and hope you're having a happy holidays.
See you guys next time.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. It doesn't show signs of stopping. And I brought some corn for popping. The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.